That's the coolest piece of sheet metal I've ever made. That's so cool, I wanna make everything. What's going on, party people? We are back. I've been buttoning up more wiring under the hood, getting the fuel lines mounted, but now I gotta fix something else. Check this out. So right here, this is the drive shaft. This is the back of the bed, but that's the back of the cab right there. And you can see on the drive shaft, it's been rubbing. So I've got a mark here of about how much I'm gonna take out of it. And I'm gonna try to make a piece with all of our new Baileigh tools. If you're watching for the first time, we've got all these Baileigh tools. We got a bead roller, we got a shrinker stretcher, we got a planishing hammer, and an English wheel, and we have a jig table in the other room. We have a throatless shear. I'm gonna try to use these tools for the first time. Got a big hole in the floor here. Let's turn the truck on. Now we got all the room in the world, so our drive shaft is never gonna hit. If we ran a bigger drive shaft for more horsepower, you'd have room. So now I just gotta make my new piece. It's gonna be my first time using this bead roller that we got from Baileigh. I've used a bead roller like twice in the past, so I'm not proficient at a bead roller. I don't know the die setups very well, but we're gonna learn that stuff today. So this is my template for my rear flange. It's gonna have a little bit of this bend in it, so I'm gonna get this cut out of this 18 gauge and go ahead and get that bend and kind of get it in place, and then I'll build my other piece to fit up to this. So let's get it cut out and move along. Next step is to the bead roller. I've got a little line there. I'm gonna come back with a marker and draw that line so it doesn't go away. I can see it. But yeah, let's go try to bead roll it and see how bad I messed up. You can see what's happening. I'm a novice at this. I don't know what I'm doing. I just know what I want it to look like when I'm done. But I pre-bent this piece, and then I'm trying to bend this flange around it. So this was all round, and now I'm stepping this piece in here. So hopefully when I'm done, there'll be a nice V right here. I think I'm gonna have to shrink right here to flatten this out, but it's coming along, and I'm going slow as I can.
Just put the pedal to the metal, man.
Just put the pedal to the metal. This curve is the hardest part because the metal is in such a bind right there too. Getting better. It's got to match this curve, you know, so we need that much bend in it. So let's see.
It's a lot of bend.
Let's see what happens.
What you do with that? It wouldn't be that tool over there, would it?
No.
What did you use that tool for?
I mean, maybe a professional could use that tool to do this, but I just wound up making it worse at this point. I just know I can hand bend it.
We need more practice on that tool.
Yeah, I mean, this is all these tools we need practice on. But see, it's getting closer. So let me go back to my pipe in here and bend this around a little more and get it closer to this shape. Then we'll come back in here. Let's see. I don't think I need to shrink this. I don't know. Let's see what happens if I shrink it. No, that's it.
What?
It's pulling it together. So like all that metal's coming in one spot, and that's why it's humping up. So we're trying to tighten it up. I assume, I mean, you can see it starting to flatten out.
Did you watch a YouTube video before you started this?
I've been watching YouTube videos on sheet metal stuff for a long time, but you can only do so much without the actual tools. You know what I mean? So now we have the actual tools. So some of it's coming back and some of it is just kind of experimentation, basically. So we're getting closer. We're gonna go bend a little more and see what we get. Then we'll come back over here to the bead roller. It's gonna be a process, but I think we're gonna get it. So now we just gotta get these ears to kick up a little more. And when we kick them up, we're probably gonna flatten it out some, and we're gonna have to just keep coming back until we get this. I don't understand sheet metal well enough yet, but we'll keep trying. So I did it backwards last time. I was trying to shrink this corner, but it needed to stretch. So I put the stretchers in and it flattened this whole area out. I mean, this is a lot of work for something that's gonna be covered up by carpet, but this is good practice for stuff in the future that's actually gonna be seen. In my opinion, it's better to practice on the unseen so that when you do the scene, it looks nice. What do y'all think about my final product? I'm so proud of it. Like, that's the coolest piece of sheet metal I've ever made. Now I want to make something else. But I mean, dang, the Baileigh Tools, like I used the planishing hammer also, which really smoothed out and gave me a nice curve after the fact. But man, that's so cool. I want to make everything. I told Chase earlier, I was like, I just want to do this all day long. All day long. That is so dang cool.
Well, you did it.
I did it.
And it looks good.
It looks good.
Now we're going to cover it up.
Now we're going to cover it up. But that's okay. I like it. It makes me happy. It makes me happy.